pointers, let's try something very new and exciting today. As you saw in your Google Classroom assignment, please open up your Perek Tet Chumash packets to page 11. We have a Rashi there that we are going to do together today, albeit in a slightly different fashion than we're used to, but we're still going to have awesome learning. Okay, so you have opened up to page 11. And there at the top you see Dibor HaMatchil, and the question that we are asking is on the words of Ba'adam U'Ba'Behema. Just to remind you, in the Makkah of Shchin, of boils, we saw in Pasuk Yud that the boils were on all the people and on all the animals. And the question that many of you raised was, what animals? Right? Because if you think back, what was the previous plague? The previous plague was Dever, where all the animals died. Many of you came up with this question, which was good on you, thinking exactly like Rashi. Rashi had the exact same question, which is why Rashi is commenting on these words on the Makkah of Shchin, Ba'adamu Ba'behema, which cattle got the Makkah of Shchin? Which ones got the boils? Weren't they all dead? So let's take a look at the Rashi together. V'im Tomar, if you want to say, Me'ayin hayu lahem habehemot, where did they get animals from? And Rashi's question continues, V'halo kvar ne'emar, doesn't the Torah already ne'emar say, and here Rashi's going to quote, and you'll see that I'm putting quotes from the Torah in a different color than I'm putting Rashi. Any Rashi comments I'm putting in green, but wherever Rashi's quoting from the Torah, I'm putting in blue. So doesn't the Torah already say, Vayamat kol mikne Mitzrayim, that all the cattle of Egypt had died in the previous plague, right? That was our question. So now Rashi begins his answer. Ella, rather, that plague, Dever, the one where all the animals died, lo nigzera gzera ella al otan shebisadot bilvad. I'm translating those two phrases together. That plague of Dever was only decreed against the animals of the field. And what's Rashi's proof for this? Well, anytime we want to prove something, where do we look to? We look to the Torah. Shene emar. Shene emar, when Rashi uses the word shene emar, it means, as the Torah tells us, bamikne asher basadeh, right? Back to when Rashi's quoting from the Torah, we put it in blue. By the Makkah of Dever, when the Torah is describing the Makkah that killed all the animals, it very specifically says that it will be b'miknecha asher basadeh, on the cattle that are in the field. Had the Torah simply said b'miknecha, on your cattle, it would have meant all the cattle, regardless of where they were. But the fact that the Torah by Makkah number 5 says by miknacha asher basadeh, the cattle that's in the field, telling us specifically that the Makkah of Dever, of a sickness on the animals, only affected the animals that were in the field. And therefore what? Rashi learns from the fact that the Torah is specific to say the animals that are in the field, Rashi can tell us by process of elimination that if any of the animals were not in the field, therefore they were not affected by the Makkah of Dever. V'hayarei et dvar Hashem, and those Egyptians who feared Hashem, hichnis et miknehu el habatim. They brought their animals inside their homes and saved them from the previous Makkah of Dever. So now that we're on Makkah number 6, Shchin, and the Torah tells us, Ba'adam u'Ba'behema, see where my pointer is? That the shchin, the boils, were on the animals as well as the people. When you want to know which animals, it's the animals that had been saved from the previous Makkah, from the Makkah of Dever, because they were brought inside. Now, I remember a couple of you in class had suggested this possibility, and I pushed back on you, and I said to you, prove it. From where? And you couldn't find it in the Psukim, but now you should be able to tell me that there is a hint directly in the Psukim. Not even so much of a hint as much as it is the Torah telling us outright. We know that the Egyptians brought some of their animals inside the house because there were some animals left to die in the Makkah after Dever. And we know, well, why did they get saved if they were inside the house? Because the Makkah of Dever only affected Ella Asher Basadeh, those that were in the field. All right. Hopefully you understood this, and if not, you can go back and watch this video as many times as you need. It's pretty great. You can even slow it down and make it however you need to understand. Please answer the questions on Rashi that are on pages 11 and 12. I'll quickly read them right now, and I'll put them up on the screen as well. Here we go. So you see page 11. So question number 1, Al Ezer Sheila One Rashi. What is Rashi's question? I think we made that pretty clear in class and both at the beginning of this video. Question 2, Be'ezo mila mishtamesh Rashi ka'asher hu mitzatetz pasuk. What word does Rashi use when he's about to quote a pasuk? When he's about to quote from the Torah? It shows up twice, not exactly in the same format, but somewhat similarly in the Rashi. I'll give you a little hint. It's the word right before Rashi's font changes. Question 3. Elu psukim tzitet Rashi. What are the 2 psukim that Rashi quotes? I want you to just list those 2 psukim here. And if you can, bonus points, tell me what pasuk it's from. If you go back in the psukim in Perek Tet, I'm sure you could find it. And then on page 12, Ma mochiach hapasuk harishon. What is the first pasuk that you quoted up here? What does that first pasuk teach us? What does it prove? And question 5, Ma mochiach hapasuk hasheni. What does the second pasuk prove? And then question 6. This is quoting from Rashi. V'hayarei et dvar Hashem. Okay, we have that quoted. That's a direct quote from Rashi. You can go back and see it. You should hopefully have taken notes on it. V'hayarei et dvar Hashem. Al mina emar. Who is this talking about? And ma asa ha'ish hazeh. What did this type of person do? So please answer these questions on Rashi. In the next packet, we will, sorry, not in the next packet. In the next video, we will go over this. And if you have any feedback, constructive criticism, ideas on how to do this better, if you liked this, if you didn't like it, what you thought was helpful or not helpful, please email me or send me a message through Google Classroom. Enjoy!